So the writing vlog for last month was really short, and I don't know how long this one is going to be either. But this is actually officially the start of like filming this vlog because I've just been so busy this month and quitting my job and going to school and doing this and that and the other. So this is the start of the March writing vlog, but today is the 24th. So in March, also, I did I tried to write for 24 hours. I ended up writing for 12 hours, and I wrote almost 4,000 words, which is amazing for me. And I just finished writing or talking about it, but I wrote in this notebook, mostly just a cheap notebook, and I used a ballpoint pen, and I just wrote down the outlines and then some of the rough drafts or zero drafts for sections. And I think I'm going to keep doing that until the end of the month because I really like that structure of writing it by hand when I'm feeling kind of stuck in my thoughts and like the typing just isn't enough to spark detail and stuff. So I want to keep doing it this way. I think I wrote like one section. Oh no, I finished a section on the computer, but I have been, since section 16, I have been writing the section in the notebook, or the outline, and then, if I want to, writing the actual section in here too, or chapter, or whatever you want to call it. But sometimes I do it on the computer. I don't think I wrote section 21 yet. No, so I'm probably going to write this in here, and then we'll see where it goes from there. My goal is still to write 1,000 words every day. I don't know how well it's going to go when, if you look at my graph, it's not very pretty. I've not written many words this year. I've written 14,976 words so far this year. The goal was to write 31,000 words in January, 28,000 in February, and 31,000 in March, and then 30,000 in April when it comes, because that's only 1,000 words a day. But apparently 1,000 words is very hard for me, so I might have to bring that goal down a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. But I did also today, while we're talking about things I've gotten done for my novel, I was watching someone's writing vlog the other day. I have this binder, or not binder, but thing I'm keeping my manuscript in. So I printed the first 20 sections of my manuscript, which is pretty cool. It's 65 pages. I don't know if it's double spaced. I think it's 1.5 spaced, but it's still really long. And my printer only prints front pages, so that's a problem too. But it looks more ridiculous than it actually is, just because all the tabs are there and they're kind of all over the place. So I made everyone's section their own thing. This is the title page with all my notes that I write on the front of them. It's about 34,000 words at section 20, and like I said, I made everyone's sections and stuff, and I'm actually kind of happy there are no back pages, because then I don't need to add notebook paper to this to write down if I have any notes or anything, and then I can use this front page, like the bottom of it in the back, for notes about the story in general, and then going into like actual sections, I can write, like, if I want to change. I'm probably going to put line numbers on these as well. I'm going to have to handwrite those in because I didn't put them on when I had this transferred to a Word document so I could print it. But if I need to, make changes and stuff, I can just write on the back of this piece of paper. And I want to eventually put this in a... Now, I got a specific kind of binder because I wanted to be able to use it when I'm sitting in bed, and a big binder is just so cumbersome, so I'm gonna go get it really quick. This is the binder I got. It's a 5-star flex. What is this thing called? It's just called a flex binder. This one is a 5 subject, so I'm hoping it's big enough to hold all of my stuff, or my whole manuscript in. Oh, that's kind of loud, actually. Let me take this thing off really quick. Come on. And it comes with 150 sheets of notebook paper that I obviously don't need. So I'm gonna take that. Oh my gosh, you can't actually take it out. You have to break this. Oh my gosh. basically unboxing a notebook right now, or binder. So the rings, you can open them like this, and then you just put it back in the little hole. I'm going to take the notebook paper out, though, because I don't want it in here right now. And then I have pockets I can put in here, because this one is more of a notebook style than the old ones used to be. Because I used to have these things in high school. Oh my god, that's actually a lot of paper, dang. I used to have these notebooks in high school. But I no longer do, obviously, because I'm not in high school. But the idea is that I would... Let me put this thing back together really quick. It's going to look so depressing with nothing in it. So the idea is I take this and I just... When I get a 3-hole punch, I might have to go back to Staples to get this 3-hole punch. I was just there earlier today. I didn't really think about it. So I'll put... Oh no, there's plenty of space for me to put my whole manuscript in here. Oh yeah, no, I can definitely fit a lot in here. So even just putting this first little bit in of 60 pages is nothing. Like, it's... could fit so much in this thing. I'm probably going to put these in a... I'll probably keep them in the folder for now because it has enough space to hold it all. But I have been putting my sections in... Like, I've been printing them because I want to be able to look at them and look over them as I go and be able to read what I've written. And I mean, as I go, I might edit some of it. I might not. I might wait until the end to edit it all, but it's really cool to look at what I've written so far in, like, physical form. I think that's really cool. So that's what I've done so far. Hopefully this vlog isn't as short as February's vlog was, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, so I got that, and I'm working on the writing. I think today I might write section 21, or at least outline it in the notebook over here. But yeah, I will see you guys either tomorrow or at the end of the month. Depends on when I have time to just sit down and talk about my writing. But we shall see. We shall see. Hello, and welcome back to the Eternian Stories channel, where I'm in a new place. I don't know if I've mentioned it in a video yet or not. I have an office now. There was a walk-in closet in our house when we moved upstairs, and I have turned it into an office. Maybe someday I'll do a tour of it once I get it a little bit more cleaned up and get things where I want them to be. But the point of this vlog is to kind of share how March went for me, because I'm gonna level with y'all. It is currently the middle of April. It is April 23rd, I believe. But I just wanted to share how my March went, how the writing went, what I was working on, stuff like that, because I feel like it'll be more helpful for me to look at the documented process later. But for now, I will share that I don't remember when I was writing. Yeah, this was in March. So in March I was writing in this notebook because I was having a lot of trouble with writing in general, and I do have my what is that? My Excel spreadsheet up over at the desk. And looking at it, I really didn't write much in March. I wrote on 4 different days. Only 2 of them I wrote over 1,000. The other 2 I did not. So I wrote, I think, like 5,000, almost 6,000 that month, which would be great normally, but I'm really trying to get this done because what I'm doing essentially is going through the story, because I have an outline written and there's at least a sentence or 2 for each section. There's 180 of them because I don't know when to stop. There's also going to be 20 novels. Probably. Maybe closer to 10. Maybe some will be shorter than others. Maybe some will be novellas. I don't know. It's just a whole big world that I'm trying to create and, you know, keep a continuous process with it. But having a lot of trouble with that. Anyways, so to kind of change over here, I wrote a book. I wrote half of a book. And then I printed it out because I thought I would read through this and write in the sections that I don't have yet and stuff like that. So before writing another draft, that's not at all what happened. That's not even close to what happened. So currently I have been working through the sections and sections that I don't have written yet, I was writing in this notebook, so I would take them, and so like even the first one here, I don't know why there's a bunch of like random little things in here, but here we have the part that goes all the way across is the outline as it was. This is what I added to the outline, and then there's another part that's already there. So basically, I was expanding the outline, right? I was expanding it, and then for a couple of times, I was writing these sections entirely in this notebook. So this is one section. It is 1,700 words. I'm probably wrong on that count, but writing by hand, you have to count by hand. So about 1,700 words. So this is the first page. 2 more pages. And then notes also. That's why I liked doing it that way, is I could write notes to myself of what I wanted to do. Another page. Another page. Right, so like 6 pages almost. And then I typed that up in Dabble, which is the app that I use for writing. So I typed it up in there, and I really enjoyed that process when I did it that way. So I did it again because this section I hadn't already written either. So I did it again, and okay, so this is the outline. This is what I had before, with just this little paragraph at the top. I added all of this and all of, showing this on camera is hard, all of that. So then I wrote the actual section, which was not as long this time, only 418 words. Because I think, no, so this one's just really short. This one's just really short, which is fine. I did want my sections to end up after, you know, working on them and stuff and getting the story in a place that I can actually finish it. And then after that, be able to edit it. I did want them to be at least 500 words long, but some of them I'm just like, well, 300 is going to have to do it. So then I wrote more. So when I was writing in March, is this all on the same day? Wow, I wrote a lot on the 19th. When I was writing by hand, it felt like I was getting a lot more out of it, and not a lot of people talk about choosing your words carefully because you're writing them down, they feel permanent, this and that. For me, it feels like I'm able to just scribble down whatever I want, and that's just, you know, how it's gonna go. And then I chose a different approach in April, but you have to wait for my April vlog to see that. Yeah, I chose a different approach in this notebook, and I haven't written in here since the 3rd. But, so that's what I was doing in March. I was just writing in a notebook, the sections I didn't have, and then I think I did spend a day or two working through this monstrously long, manuscript that I already had written, which was half. Okay, at the time, it was like 2/3 to 3/4 of the book, and then I decided to add 2 more characters, so then I bumped that down to, it's only like half done now, because this has room for 152. Yeah, 152 sections. It's 180 sections now. Vlad and Damien really aren't in this that much. Up to like section 40, I think they show up, and then after that, they don't anymore. So that's been great, and having to move around sections. So like the beginning of this and this like actual paper manuscript makes no sense because there's no, the time frames don't line up. There's things going on different days, and we like jump back, go forward, this and that. So when I made the outline, because I was like, you know, kind of tired of it, so I made an outline of like what day and time it is throughout the novel, who has what going on. And you know, you'd be really surprised that 180 sections only happens in 7 days because of the way I have it set up, and there are 4 characters, so if they have more than one, you know, section in the same day, it's already 8 sections in the same day. So that's probably going to change later too, but for now I just want to finish this novel, so I have one of these again. I'm going to recycle this one when I'm done with it, because look at all this paper. This is 100 and something pages, I think, because it's 381, so 38, 15, 4, 19. So 190 pages in here, because it is double-sided. But, and I might not use the 32 next time. I might use like 28. But I do want to finish this novel, have an entirely finished manuscript so that I can take sections out, add sections, move things around, but have a full cohesive story written, right? So I can work on it and I can figure out how I can make it better so then I can eventually end up self-publishing it. Probably not anytime soon, but we're 34 sections into this novel, so I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. It just takes time. Because this has 81,000 words in it. So, and I'm on page 76. So, there's a lot to go, but I think a lot has happened and I'm getting a lot better with my writing routine and how writing is working for me. Like in the last month I've really learned what doesn't work for me. But I'll definitely talk more about that in the April vlog. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on how March went, and kind of for myself to document kind of how it was going, what's working, what's not, stuff like that. So, yep. Let me know down in the comments how writing is going for you. What things work for you, what things don't, what kind of things you'd like to see on the channel, things like that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!